What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing Boruto episode 202 review, and oh boy, there is some things to talk about. If you're new, we basically make a comparison between the manga and the anime, and if there were some differences, if there were some extra scenes, and how those relate to the story. Also, really quick announcement, the Kawaki arc in my book has finished, so you will have the review hopefully this week. But yeah, we're going to dive deep into differences from the manga and anime, what things did the anime did better, what things that the anime did worse, and this is going into the playlist that updates every arc in how to watch Boruto and what arcs you should skip and what arcs you shouldn't skip. And as always, there's going to be a manga spoiler section. Here is the timestamp, so if you're an anime only or you haven't read the manga and you don't want to get spoiled, please don't watch from that point onward. With that said, let's start the review. Okay, so basically this episode is going to cover half of chapter 35 from the manga. If you didn't see my last review, episode 201, I explained there that that episode covered half of chapter 35 from the manga also, but the order is mixed up. It's not the same order as which we are seeing it right now. So we are covering here the part in which Sasuke is in the Otsutsuki dimension, I think, or the Kara base. I'm not really sure because in the manga it looks more like a Kara base, but in the anime it looks more like an Otsutsuki dimension, so it could be either one of those. The point is, in that place where we have the carvings on the wall with the Otsutsuki members, and there's the 10 tails there. But also an important thing is that this episode also adds a lot of anime original content with Boro, which is a good thing, but there is a major mistake in this episode. If you wanna check more on that, there's going to be the card over here in which I explain why the Boruto anime is making a serious mistake in my opinion. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world, but I think they're missing on a really good opportunity. But whatever, that is explained in the other video. You'll be seeing it on the cards or in the description below. So yeah, we start the episode with Boro just being in the side where the airship crashed, where Kawaki was being transported, and he just goes there and finds something. I'm not really sure of what was the thing that he found. Apparently it looks like a burnt frog or something like that, but I'm not really sure. The only thing that we know later on in the episode is that this thing is related to Kashin Koji. After that, we start with the manga adaptation, and as always, this episode was adapted really good, and we see Sasuke arriving to this Kara base, Otsutsuki dimension, or whatever you want to call it, and we see the carvings on the wall of the different Otsutsuki members, Kinshiki and Momoshiki, and Kaguya and another mysterious Otsutsuki. And on the right side we see another pair of who knows who they are. Like, even in the manga we don't know who they are. It's supposedly another Otsutsuki pair, but who knows. Sasuke is there and he can see some holograms of Kinshiki, Momoshiki, Kaguya, and this new Otsutsuki guy, which we only see his back. Not gonna lie, in the manga that Otsutsuki guy looks a lot, well, not a lot better, but it looks way cooler. Okay, in the manga you just look at him and when we read that, we were all like, oh man, this guy is serious business. And in the anime he looks like, oh, another Otsutsuki. He doesn't look like, god damn, this guy is powerful. So a little, I'm going to have to give a point to the manga, or just give a minus point to the anime, because they could have done this moment a little bit better, but it's still fine, no worries with that. And we see all the Sasuke things. He finds a 10 tails. At first he doesn't know that is a 10 tails, because if you remember in the 4th Ninja War, when he arrived, 10 tails was already like this massive thing with the arms and heads and everything. This Sasuke hasn't seen this form of 10 tails. That's why he knows it is going to be a Biju, but he doesn't know that is the 10 tails at first. And then we have some anime original content, which is going to be Boro's monologue or whatever, when he's just saying that I have a dream, that the Otsutsuki are going to rule us all, that I met a god, and we are going to have the infinite Tsukuyomi that is going to give us a world of dreams, and blah blah blah, all that good stuff with Boro. And we also have another interaction and a little bit of an introduction to Boro's abilities, because Inori's, I think it was her name, Inori's brother comes to rescue her. And if you don't know who Inori is the waifu, the blue-haired waifu. Her brother comes to try and save her. He attacks Boro. Apparently Boro gets cut in half by a water technique, and then we just see that Boro is just regenerating and he is like closing himself up. After that, he just kills the brother, and this is a nice addition to the story because in the manga we never really did see anything of Boro, and right now at least the anime is giving us some pieces here and there of Boro. After this whole Boro monologue or whatever, we jump back to Sasuke in that base, and when he's just like looking like, what is this? Is this a 10 tails? Is it not? What is this thing doing here? We see Jigen arriving to the scene via space-time ninjutsu. Sasuke just goes and hides because obviously he doesn't want to be noticed because he's in an infiltration mission, and we just see Jigen floating and absorbing the 10 tails. And a really interesting detail here is that he says, oh, 10 tails, it seems like you want to devour me, but it's not time yet. I need to complete the vessel first. I'm not going to touch into that here in the manga spoilers section. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. But yeah, we basically see Jigen absorbing 10 tails chakra, and his karma mark starts to spread throughout his body, and oh man, it looks so clean. Hopefully next episode we'll see more of Jigen's karma. It looks really good, and we see that Jigen starts growing a horn. If that doesn't give you a hint or a clue, I'm not going to say anymore, but I guess it's a little bit self-explanatory who this Jigen guy is, or what his abilities are, his powers are. If you still don't know, I'm not going to tell you because I want you to experience it for yourself, but I think it's really obvious. Yeah, Jigen finishes absorbing 10 tails chakra. He reverts back to his base form, or base phase if you want to call it like that. And he just says, I'm going to pay a visit to the two vessels, meaning Boruto and Kawaki. And Sasuke is just like, oh man, this is way worse than we thought. I need to report back to Naruto. And we jump back to Boruto and Mitsuki talking. And Boruto just saying, you know what, it's a little bit scary that I have this mark on my body, but I just think of it as a super high rank mission. And since I'm Sasuke's student, my dad's son, like the Hokage's son and a ninja, this is what I have to do. Overall, really good episode. I liked it a lot. There's not much details that were different here and there. It's just basically the same. The only detail that was kind of different is that in the manga, the holograms are just standing there, and in the anime we see that the holograms attack. There's a little difference from the manga, but it's not really that big of a deal. It's just a detail worth noting. But yeah, overall, really good episode. Enjoyed it a lot. Things are getting really serious. Business is about to go down, and I'm just going to say, prepare yourself because things have changed in the anime, and things are going to change, and there's going to be a crazy, amazing fight coming up, and just prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. So if you're an anime only, or you don't want to read the manga, or you don't want to get spoiled, don't worry, I'm not going to talk a lot of manga spoilers here, but yeah, this was basically the review for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be really happy if you subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Leave a like, let me know in the comments your opinions, your thoughts, and share this video with people you think would like it. So now we are in manga spoilers territory, so you've been warned. Two things with manga spoilers. One is the fact that when Jigen says that, oh, it's not time for you to devour me yet, I need to complete the vessel, I just realized that this was a huge foreshadow to what is happening right now in the manga. Because us manga readers know, actually this is from chapters like 40, so if you haven't read up to that point yet, get out of the video because this is a kind of a major spoiler. But yeah, manga readers know that basically Kawaki and Boruto are Otsutsuki vessels. They are basically Otsutsuki. Not fully yet, but they're 80% Otsutsuki at this point. And what Jigen was trying to do is revive the Divine Tree to eat it, if I'm not mistaken. So he was going to sacrifice himself and let Kawaki to the 10 tails, so the 10 tails could become a divine tree and then let Kawaki eat the divine fruit, and that's why this happens. And I'm just an idiot for not realizing sooner. And that's a really nice foreshadowing that I don't think anime fans, anime onlys, are going to be able to catch, but it's there, subtle, but it's there. Really nice addition. And the other manga spoiler section is, where the hell is the Boro cyborg thingy with Ada and all that stuff? I mean, it's nice that we're seeing a little bit more of Boro, but I wish we had a specific arc dedicated to Boro and all the things with Ada or Ada, however you want to call her, and all that stuff, because we need to see it. And after this, we're going to have the Sasuke and Naruto against Jigen fight, then we're going to have the Team 7 versus Boro fight. Boro's going to die there, and we never touched that. That's going to be, I mean, that's a little bit worrisome. That's a little bit worrying. But yeah, overall, I think the details with Boro are cool. The fact that he's now also like searching into Kashin Koji, because we know that Kashin Koji is a traitor, and that he went to the airship to search for evidence and picked up whatever that thing was. Also, we get a glimpse of Boro's regenerative abilities, on also his kind of poisonous gas or cells that he emits. That's how he killed Inori's brother. That's really cool. I'm really liking it. I'm like I told you, I'm just hoping, or I hope that we get a fully Boro dedicated arc, like at least 4 or 5 episodes to explain all the cyborg thing with Ada and all that stuff. But who knows? I'm not the director of Boruto anime. I don't work there, so I don't have any idea. I'm just hoping, praying, crossing my fingers. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, manga readers. Let me know in the comments your theories, your thoughts. Please avoid spoiling anime onlys. And yeah, it's been my pleasure. I hope you liked this review. And as always, I'll be seeing you next week with the reaction, with the review, and maybe this week we'll have the Kawaki arc review. So look forward to that, and as always, a pleasure. Thank you, take care, bye bye.